If you're a pizza lover, have I got some tasty news for you. A US-based dietitian has suggested pizza may be a more balanced breakfast option than a bowl of cereal and milk. Yes! While the average slice of pizza still isn't sort of healthy, quote unquote, it's still low in sugar, lower than most cereals, and packs a larger protein punch, helping us to feel fuller for longer.
This is
a revelation.
But it's just crazy. Susie Burrell, let's bring you in here. This, to me, what stands out from this is how unhealthy cereal is for you.
Well, I think this nutritionist is thinking, don't quote me on that, and perhaps taken a little bit out of context, because it really depends on, of course, the type of cereal and the type of pizza. And indeed, if you're choosing a really sugary processed cereal that's got about 10 grams of sugar per serve or a couple of teaspoons every day.
So is that what Nutrigrain's got in it?
The popular kids type cereals tend to have that amount. And compare it to a homemade pizza on a wholemeal base with lots of vegetables. Absolutely, relatively, you'd argue the nutrition of the pizza is greater. It's going to keep you fuller for longer.
So is this one better? Rocket and prosciutto salad with lashings of cheese?
Well,
is that better?
If you were to make that one at home and use a lot of vegetables, some very lean protein, a wholemeal base, yes.
You hate to say yes here, don't you? But this is what's happening.
Say yes.
Okay,
yes.
So if you're having pizza, how should you have it?
Well, you should ideally make it at home. Now, we don't eat a slice of pizza though, do we? What do we have? We have the entire pizza, and we tend to order it online with stuffed crust, lashings of barbecue sauce, meat lovers. And even their relatively healthy ones, they're pretty big, because very few people I know have one slice of pizza, which would be the equivalent for the meal. If indeed you had a small slice of pizza compared to a sugary cereal, yes, it would be better nutritionally, but we don't eat it like that. So you've got to make sure if you do have the pizza, you order the very thin ones. You ideally try and have a wholemeal base. You have as much vegetables as possible, and you don't put the creamy sauce all over the top.
Make it at home? What sort of base?
I use wholemeal Lebanese bread, but you can make your own with wholemeal flour if you've got a pizza oven and to make it very thin.
And you can buy great little pizza.
You can buy them in the supermarket now, and if you put, they are much better. And if
anything's going to be better. I know the crew is salivating.
They're waiting to heat that one up.
Nothing's better than that.
But that, you know, those pieces of pizza have got 300 or 400 calories per serve, whereas if you made it at home, you're having half that with all of the vegetables. So you have to choose the right kind of pizza and have it in the right amount to actually make that comparison. But I think the message is also that cereals are challenging for people in the supermarket. There are so many, and indeed a lot of the ones, whether it's got fruit or honey based, they've got about 10 grams of sugar per serve, and they lack often the protein to keep you full, which is where the pizza potentially has a benefit, because you can add some lean ham or some prosciutto to bump the protein up.
Let's look at this graphic here.
So they're up to 30% sugar, and which is about 10 grams per serve, and these are the ones that the kids of course tend to go for, and they get that sugary taste in the morning. And the issue is you don't get the protein to keep you full, which is the argument with pizza.
So even like just right, which I thought was better, it's still bad.
Well, it's got some dried fruit in it, which does bump the sugar content up. So if you do want cereal, you want to go for the good ones. The plain oats with a Greek yogurt, all bran is packed full of fibre, so it's going to keep you nice and full. Your tummy will love it, Sam. It's not many points, it's a good choice. Carmen's a great brand, you know, minimal added sugars, if any, whole grains, tastes pretty good again if you have it with some Greek yogurt and fruit. So you're really not comparing like with like. And if you wanted to put the argument up, yes, a slice of healthy pizza would be better nutritionally and it would hold you for longer. But you've got to not eat the whole pizza, and you've got to avoid buying the stuffed crust, which is easier said than done.
With the pizza, is it the base that's the worst bit for you?
Well, if you buy commercial pizza, it's deep fried, so that's the issue. And then they tend to use a whole lot of creamy sauces and a lot of cheese. Whereas if you make your own Italian style and use a bit of prosciutto, a bit of rocket, a bit of parmesan, it's pretty good. But it's all about the quality and, of course, how much you eat, because, as we said, who eats one slice?
To any children out there saying, Mum, I don't want cereal right now, I'm going to get me a pizza.
That's perfect. No. Perfect. Last week you were saying Big Macs were better than some salads.
I know. Now, it's a very precarious position for me to be in. Don't quote me. It's all in context.
I know, we get it. Thank you.
Enjoy.